Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Able, where we, the disabled, show the superpowers, the super strength, the super knowledge, the super know-how of sports, music, and culture.
Yes, sir.
I am your moderator, Dad. To the right of me is Fredy.
What up?
To the left of me is Eli. Fellas, what's going on?
It's been good. A lot of football.
Yeah.
We got that special package.
Oh, yeah. Now that we have the DirecTV streaming package.
We got to watch, I watched 4 games at once, all eyes.
On the screen at one time.
He was getting confused. I'm like, bro, you ain't paying attention? Like, look. And he's like, I don't know what you're going to watch. And I'm like,
Yeah,
look.
Eli mastered that.
I mastered it so easy. It was just like, okay. So I'm happy about that. Baseball's heating up.
Yes.
Clap it up for the Yankees real quick.
Clap it up for the Yankees.
Real quick.
Yo, Stan Carlo.
Woke up. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's like he remembered his Miami days.
Yes.
And you are right. He does have a better swing than Judge. It's something about his just...
Yeah,
it's short.
It's just short and boom. He done hit 2 balls to the moon.
Yeah.
That's
And
iconic.
Fenway, too.
In Fenway.
To take the lead twice.
And then in 3 weeks, we are back into basketball action.
In 3 weeks, they did the media day today.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. I'm still in, basketball mode because we've been had it for 2 years.
Right.
Right.
Like,
I wish we
nonstop.
got exactly. I wish we got a longer break. It's like I just saw you yesterday.
Well, you know what? Let's get this thing started.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So the week, of course, football is in full swing now. Week 3, when we get to week 3, week 4, week 5, the identity of certain teams starts to manifest.
And then by week 8 to week 12, we'll know who's the championship contenders.
Right, who the contenders are
100%.
for the most part.
So which game do we have first? Hold on.
Game of the week.
Game of the week, you want to do that?
No, we'll do it in order here. We had the Chiefs against the Chargers.
Yeah.
And
I
that
think
was
we picked the Chargers.
Did we?
Yeah.
We didn't do a show last week, so we didn't
Right,
get to pick.
Right, we didn't.
We didn't.
But did you have the Chargers in
I
that?
had the Chargers.
Okay.
And you know what? Because this is a division rivalry,
Right.
I wouldn't have picked the Chargers to win because the Chiefs got to make a move.
Right.
But
Also, they lost of
what
last
we're
week.
seeing, right, the Chiefs are being exposed on a defensive end of the game.
100%.
So I don't care
But
how
it's
many
not nothing
points.
we've seen before. We saw this last year, too.
True, but when you play the really good teams, they expose that.
Yeah.
So you can get away with that with 80% of the teams in the league who have a weak record.
Right.
But the really, really good teams, they're going to exploit that. And Mahomes can't continue to pull magic out of his hat. Just my humble opinion. So I thought they got exposed.
Right.
I thought the defense played by the Chargers was very similar to what Tampa Bay played.
Yeah.
Which is forcing you to run the ball.
Right.
Extra, so you could take away Hill.
And they have a great quarterback in Justin Herbert who can fling the football.
They do. So
Which I think is he's underrated.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And because he's in the subdivision, he's never going to get the credit he rightfully deserves.
Yeah.
Remember, you
It's
have...
really like Phillip Rivers all over him.
Right. And you literally have Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes in the same division.
Yes.
And then now, on top of that, Teddy Bridgewater is handling his business with the Broncos. The Chiefs' defense has been averaging 7 yards per play.
Carrying. Yeah, but dudes who rushing the ball.
Due to rushing the ball
Yeah.
and throwing the
basically
ball.
first down.
That's been the most in the NFL right now.
Yes.
And when you look at their defense on paper, it looks like they have an outstanding defense.
Yes.
One of the top 5 in the league.
Yes.
But they're not producing what they should be doing. And that was the first game I saw them cause a lot of turnovers. Talking about the Chargers. They forced 4 turnovers, and they got every ball off of those turnovers. Patrick threw 2 interceptions. One of them was totally his focus. He does that no look pass.
Yeah, he did a no look pass.
When his wide receiver, so now his tight end's thinking, oh, the ball's not going to me. It's going to the right.
And he threw it to him.
To the left.
Yeah.
He got to stop doing that. And I think 2 forced fumbles, and he just threw another pick just because.
Right, at the end of the game. Which was insignificant to the final score.
Yeah. Right.
But, nonetheless, see, you got to remember this too, guys. The Chiefs are everyone's litmus test in the AFC.
Yeah, it's like Golden State.
Right. So everyone is going to gear up and give you their best shot.
Right.
And you have to be mentally prepared to deal with that. And they seem to be still in off season.
Yeah.
I do think they'll get it together. I want to send out shout outs to Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah, because
he had to go to the hospital. Yeah. After the game, he was dehydrated.
Right.
That's adrenaline.
Yeah.
Sometime, and when you get older,
Yeah, and on some Chiefs news, they just signed, pending on reinstation, getting reinstated into the league, Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Which is like, it depends on what he can produce for you, but a weapon
is
a
phenomenal weapon if he can stay off the weed.
No, his thing, though, they can't penalize him anymore for that, though. Because they removed that whole weed thing.
Well, let's hope it's just weed then.
Yeah, let's hope.
Because if that's the case, then you kept him on the sidelines in his prime all those years for just weed.
But rules are rules.
Rules are rules. But I'm saying now that the rules have been uplifted,
that's a very good point.
Now he can just play football and smoke weed in his off season and his private time if he wants to.
So if that's the case, then he could be a very big key, but it still doesn't address the defense.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say. I like that move, but y'all don't need offense. That's like the Yankees. The Yankees don't need more hitters; they just need more pitchers.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't need more weapons. They're gonna put
But what do you guys think it is? Do you think it's the defensive line? Do you think it's because it's definitely not the.
Well, it's not where my man Matthews is at.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Honey
not
Badger.
Well, the rest of the secondary, I don't know how good they are.
I think it's the front line. You're giving them 7 yards per carry. That's your front 5. Your front 4. And your linebacker.
But here's the thing, you got Chris Jones and Frank Clark. You would think.
They lost a lot of guard play in the offseason.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to,
right. And because it was pretty much a choice. You either had to address your defense or your offensive line.
Right.
They chose to do the offensive line.
Which is understood, and now you're banking on the defense. Now, with that being said, fellas, sometimes a good defense, they'll gel at the right moment. Look at Tampa Bay last year.
Right. Yeah.
They just gelled at the right moment.
Exactly.
And if they gel at the right moment for about a 5-game stretch, you'll see Kansas City.
Kansas City's done that before. They did it when they won the Super Bowl. They did it last year.
Yes.
So
we're not really worried about the Chiefs overall.
Not yet. If they lose another game,
they lose another game to an average,
they need to go.
Then I'm getting worried.
They need to go on a 5-game winning streak.
Yes.
Go 6-2. Then it's like, okay, we're in the right spot.
Absolutely. Yeah. We had the Saints versus the Patriots. I don't even know why this game is on this list.
We know why this game is on my list. Because I picked the game on the list. Because I want to talk about my Patriots.
Okay, yeah.
Just like I put your little Cowboy. I put your little Cowboy game on the list too.
But my Cowboys won. Your Patriots.
Okay, well,
suck. I'll get my glasses out. 28-13.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston and then you know what it is?
Rookie quarterback.
It's rookie quarterback.
And also rookie wide receivers because it's not like he played terrible. If you watch the tape. He was moving down the field, but then you're not catching the football. And he takes but he takes too long to get rid of the football, and that's why he's gonna get sacked the most. He's gonna be the most sacked quarterback.
Well, no, Justin Fields got sacked 9 times.
Yeah, I forgot.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But what happens is this: the clock in the NFL and the clock in college is different. So it's from the NFL, it's 1,000. 2, that ball got to be gone.
Right.
And in college, you could do this, look around, run. Hey, Mom. Hey, no, you run. Right. You can't do that in the pros.
Yeah, you can't.
These linebackers. Shut up. Bowser, please. These linebackers are way too fast.
Yeah. And because the defense is fine. I don't have no problem with that. They're going to do what they do.
And that's surprising because with all the offensive signings that they had
but
this year, you would expect them to catch the ball.
But you know what I think? Cam Newton was supposed to be the one anchoring that.
Right.
If you put Cam Newton in the same situation,
We probably win this.
They probably
win
win
this game.
They probably be 1-1 right now.
Right.
And because of his off the field issues,
Right.
Bill had no choice but to pick a rookie
Well,
quarterback.
Bill had a choice. He chose the rookie.
No, I mean, he had a choice, man.
He could have left Cam Newton
Could have
alone
just left him there.
and let him do what he do.
with the
And you could
whole.
have started the rookie, but then just have Cam on the back burner.
True.
So, with that being said, now Brady's coming to town,
Yeah, and they both lost.
and they both won lost. So,
Yeah.
And
so the
ironically-
Saints, Jameis Winston looking like young Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
right, he got that LASIK surgery
Oh,
And
yeah,
his
because
eyes.
they said he had some vision issues,
Right.
and I can see that being a part of the problem. Your whole life you go through just not and then you get this surgery and go, wow, this is all I was missing.
Right.
So, and he's in a great system with Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Drew Brees was his mentor for like 2
Right,
years.
right. So Breeze is still at a phone call away to,
Buffalo should. Here's the thing. Ironically, we still got a shot to win that division.
Oh, of course.
Because Buffalo isn't really proven to me.
No,
that
but they're going to win that
Nah, but
division.
they win.
They are, but I'm just saying
They're
they
going to
slip
win
up.
the division. Don't get your hopes up high. Third game, Ravens and Lions.
I just want to talk about the cake.
Okay, no. Again, mediocre game per se,
Right.
but history was made.
History was made. Justin Tucker made the longest kick in NFL history.
That up 66 yards.
66 yards.
You can't even make that in the video game.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
even if you try.
Yeah.
I still don't like the Ravens' offense. There's something wrong with their whole scheme.
Yeah. Yeah, and to me,
And it's like it's like, but Jackson is so talented that it's like, okay, they still win.
right. But again, when you play the elite teams, they expose that.
Right.
And that's what happens every year when they get to the playoffs.
Right.
Somebody exposes the weakness in their
Yeah.
game. Sure, you're going to beat a bunch of regular season teams like Detroit.
Yeah.
And, this
And
and
even
that.
Detroit
Even
has
Detroit, they were struggling to score against
Yes.
Detroit.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's just like, why you can get a bunch of
and
field
it's the
goals
same thing,
against
like how
Detroit.
you said it with the Chiefs. The Ravens are number 2 behind the Chiefs as the top AFC team.
Yes.
So teams like Detroit are going to play up to that competition.
They're going to play up to the competition.
And to be honest with you, nobody thought he was going to make that 66-yard kick.
No, because we just saw early in the game somebody try a 68 yard. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
And get run back for a touchdown.
Right. And the Cardinals, the
Oh,
Jaguars.
the
yeah,
Cardinals
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like, why would you try a 68 yarder?
Yeah.
Dude, that's just.
Right.
So obviously,
Yeah.
he catches the ball, it's 109 yards out.
Right.
And he makes history with that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Justin Tucker is a great kicker, but I'm saying it's a
But did you see
And
how
I
he
think it's
kicked
because
it?
the bounce.
and it was
The
because of the bounce.
bounce
Yeah,
honestly
because
helped it,
if he
because
didn't, if that bounced
If
the
it
other
bounced, he was
Not
missing.
only the bounce, the way he hopped, he kind of got a running start. He said he had been practicing that.
Right.
So normally the kick, they come over, then they do that 2-step over because they just want to do boop, boop, boop. He took an extra step over, did a little hop
Right.
to give himself momentum,
Yeah.
and then kicked it through. One day, there's going to be a team. There's a kicker somewhere. He's 12 years old right now. He's a loser at sports, but he's got a strong leg.
He's living in like Staten Island,
Somewhere,
suburban.
and all he's doing is kicking the ball. It's gonna be somebody who one day gonna make it from 65 on a regular.
Yeah.
Their goal is to get my team to the 50-yard line. And then you're gonna be, what are they doing? They're bringing in the kicker. So we gotta do something, get to the 50. And then he's gonna line it up and start hitting. The ball is gonna be the Steph Curry.
Of kickers.
Of kickers.
Of kickers.
100%.
And you know how valuable he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He gonna probably be the most paid
To the
kicker ever.
point-
Absolutely.
To the point where in the 49ers game, say the kicker is on the Packers, Aaron Rodgers would have been like, all right, I got the brother 50, bring him out.
Bring him
Yeah,
out. Bring him out.
Like,
65 yards.
Who
Boom.
does has a really strong foot? The dude from Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
That
Atlanta
kicker?
has-
Yeah.
He's the strongest kicker. Like
Trust
he
me.
don't kick it from that far.
It's a
Isn't he like the
12-year-old
first
kid.
Asian
Yeah,
kicker?
he's
Yes.
the first Asian kicker. Yeah.
It's a 12-year-old kid, mark my
Yeah.
words,
Yeah.
who's like, I'm going to make it.
Yeah. But great win for the Ravens. They got 2 big wins.
Yes, so they're 2-1.
They're 2-1.
And now let's get to this real game of the week, We had the Rams and the Bucks. I picked the Rams in this game.
I picked the Bucks in this game.
I thought the Rams, from a defensive standpoint, would do just enough.
Oh, and they did.
But I was surprised by the offensive output of Stafford.
Yeah. They said, if you watch the tape, they said he missed Jackson on 2 deep threats.
Yes, early.
Credit to Deshaun Jackson, who's 34 and still got the speed and a route run that.
Didn't he score a 75-yarder?
Yes, he did. Okay. But early in the game, they missed him on like wide open because Stafford underestimated how his speed was.
Yes, he underestimated how fast.
And they said on a corner route he missed Cooper. Cooper could have reached back and caught it, but he was like, that was really on Stafford, overthrew him. And then they said once we got to second quarter, he kind of calmed down. Right. It was like, okay, now I know your speed. Right. Now I know what Cooper's going to be, and then it was on to races. Really because that defense is going to, you're only going to score about really 10 points on that whole defense. Yes. You got Aaron Donald.
Like 2 touchdowns and that's it.
That's it. Because you have Aaron Donald, who's the best defensive player in this league. You have an outstanding cornerback in Ramsey.
Yeah. Probably the best corner.
Probably, yep.
And you have a few other unknown pieces that
play ball.
And they had they had the second best defense behind the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
If they have just been the Packers, we would have got a Rams-Bucks defensive matchup.
Yep.
And I don't think Tom Brady survives that.
You mean last
year?
I think
he would have last year.
Yeah.
Last year he probably would have.
Not with that defense. That defense would have been on his.
But the offense wasn't what it is now.
True. Here's what that's a good point.
That last year they would have definitely survived.
And I think if Brady has to play from behind against a team with that kind of defense, it's something he can do. Because he put up 432 yards.
Right.
He only threw for 1 touchdown.
And he rushed for another one.
He rushed for one, so he was moving the ball, but because he was down so much. So I think the Rams are probably the best team in football right now.
Yeah. And the Packers.
100%.
Yes.
We'll get to them.
We'll get to the Packers in a few. Let's get to the Packers now. The Packers and 49ers on the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
We saw...
They look explosive. The Packers came out explosive in the first half.
Yes.
I think it was 17-3.
Nothing. 17-3. And then a weird play, I forget, before the half, went the 49ers way.
Right.
And they cut it to 7, and then they got the ball coming out of halftime.
Right.
And then they tied the ball game up, and which made it for a very interesting game.
In the second
Long story short, they're going back and forth. And I'm watching the 49ers march down the field. Yeah. And I'm saying, okay, you need a touchdown.
Right.
But you can't leave no time on the clock.
Right.
But my thing is this, guys, and you tell me, the touchdown is not guaranteed.
It's not.
So you got to kind of get it when you can get it.
Right.
In a perfect world, you run the ball in with no time left, you win the game.
Right.
But in football, it don't work like that.
You just got to get it.
You get it when you get it. Yeah. So they get it. 37 seconds left in the clock. No timeouts. I'm like, even for Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, if he had 1 or 2 timeouts, like, well, maybe.
Okay. Right.
I'm like, no timeouts. And then I watched him.
Baddest man on the planet. He is the baddest man on the planet.
Like, I'm upset I didn't watch the game because this was the game that I skipped.
Right.
Because week 1, Rodgers nowhere to be found.
Right.
Week 2, they just
demolished Detroit.
They just demolished Detroit, but it was Detroit. And then week 3, I'm like, does Aaron Rodgers, did he wake up on the right side of the bed? Does he want to play?
Right.
Yes.
And that's how I felt. I felt like he didn't really, I feel like he didn't really care this season. And
I think he's back.
This game was the turning point.
Yes.
His excitement after they won.
Yes.
Like, this was the moment where, he's rejuvenated again.
And Colin Cowherd said...
Just to finish this year.
Right. Yes. And Colin Cowherd said the next morning, that was the best defensive game I've seen the Packers play in years.
Yes.
Since their Super Bowl championship.
So
because the defense... King been messing up the whole... King against the Bucks last year.
Yeah.
He messed up.
But they said their defensive line looks a lot better. They got 4 sacks on Garoppolo. He got hit 10 times.
Yes.
So he felt the pressure. Even I thought with 37 seconds left, because you have to... It's not that it's not possible. It's just that I got to expect my wide receivers to get out of bounds.
Right.
After you catch it.
And neither time did he get out of bounds.
Neither time. So when he throws it, first of all, he bombed it.
Yeah.
40 yards.
And I thought the corners were playing
Prevent.
for them to go out of bounds.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he came into the middle of the field,
They
I
were
said,
like,
So he tossed that.
Right.
He got to midfield.
Got to midfield. He wasted about 4 seconds left because he tried to get it.
Right.
And I'm thinking, okay, 16 seconds left. Now we get into the nitty gritty because you wasted a lot of time just to get to the 15. He bombed it another 40 yards, got it to the 30. I'm like, oh snap! And then spiked it real quick. I'm like,
And then he walked off the field like this because he knows.
Because
Crosby is 25 for 25.
right, in clutch situations.
Yeah.
And
And I'm gonna give Garofalo some credit. He played.
yeah, he did his job.
He did his job, but you left 37
You
seconds.
know,
left.
like Garoppolo's proving that I'm still, you know what I
Yes,
mean? Like I'm
yes.
still the guy, even though Trey Lance is here. But I'm
that's
the guy.
That's a
And that's going to be a great duo because in clutch situations to take the lead before the field goal kick, they brought in Trey Lance
to run it
run it in.
yes.
Because it was red zone moment. You can't.
Yes.
You clearly kept trying to throw it and you couldn't get it.
I thought that was dope how they did that.
So fourth goal, they're like, no, we're going for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's the play. That was the play I
Yeah.
thought changed and added momentum going into the halftime.
And there's going to be situations where they'll do that.
Yep. So good game there.
Real quick, I just want to give credit to the Raiders because this is the second game where they was in a tough game against Miami.
And they won.
And they won. Credit to Jacoby Brissett. He put everything out on the field
Yes, he did.
for them to win that game.
Yes, he did. And now the Raiders are 3-0 for the first time
Yep.
in a long time.
Since 2002.
Derek Carr's back, baby.
Derek Carr is playing like
He
MVP.
back.
Yeah.
I said that week 1.
Gruden looks like he has the team that he officially
Right.
wants.
Officially,
yeah.
this is his imprint. Yes. Yes.
And 2 great overtime wins. You did it last
Yes.
week or 2 weeks ago.
And that builds character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
dude.
camaraderie. So credit to the Raiders for winning
He
that.
probably has one of the fastest wide receivers, which is that rookie they got last year. So
And the game of Monday night, we had the Cowboys versus the Eagles divisional game.
Dak did his job.
Dak did his job. Dak is starting to look
Back to-
elite.
MVP-ish.
And the
MVP.
two-headed running back for me with Pollard and Ezekiel.
Yeah, and Ezekiel looks like he can slim down a lot.
Yes, but this guy Pollard's getting more yards.
Yeah.
And it's keeping defenses off balance because you can't zoom in on Elliott because this guy can come in and get yards.
And credit to Stephon Diggs' brother,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Trayvon
Yeah,
Diggs.
he got that
He's gotten
interception.
three interceptions in 3 straight games.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's balling.
He's balling
You
out.
don't
And
want
this kid,
dude from Penn State,
yes.
Michael or Parsons.
Michael Parsons or
Oh, yes.
Mac Parsons
They
or
drafted him this year.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
Oh, because he's normally a linebacker, but because
Right.
of the injury, they got him playing on the edge.
And he looks small to play that position.
He is, but he's so athletic.
Yeah.
He's beating guys
is.
around the corners. And the Cowboys look for real.
Yeah, with the defense, this is probably
They look for
Yeah.
real. I don't know about
2015-ish.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm thinking division real. I don't know about anything else.
Right.
Because the Cowboys will break your heart.
Yeah, and your
Don't get too
fans,
excited.
your fans
Don't
are,
get too excited.
are
Yeah,
insane.
they will break your heart.
Dude, y'all went 2-0 3 years ago, and they acted like they was winning the
Yes,
Super Bowl.
yes.
So don't get too excited.
So, but very good game. The first game back in Jerry's house for Dak Prescott.
And shout out to Dak because he got emotional because his first game back at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
After the injury, he was crying a few tears before the game started,
Yep.
and
So
he delivered.
All right.
delivered.
So,
So let's go through week 4.
week 4, your
Our
favorite
picks.
team, the 0-3 Jets.
Jets and Giants. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Buffalo's doing their thing. So.
Yeah, but the Buffalo don't count.
Yeah, Buffalo don't really count. But your favorite team goes against the Titans.
I got the Titans.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I got the
I've
Titans.
lost over the Jets.
my man Derrick Henry doing his job. Jaguars and Bengals. I got the Bengals
I'm gonna take the Bengals at home. I think Burrows
Yeah, I'm gonna
gets it
take the
done.
Bengals. They surprised me last week.
against the
This
Steelers.
weekend
Yeah,
Against
Yeah.
Steelers.
Yeah.
yeah. That was a division game as well, so that was a tough one. Giants and Saints.
I got
Yeah,
the Saints at
Saints.
home. That's their first game back in their
Barkley,
home
Barkley,
building
yeah.
because they've been playing on the road because of the hurricane.
Right.
Barkley looks like
He's not ready
he's
yet.
not ready yet. Jones doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Who's the offensive coordinator? The
Put it down.
head coach that used to be for
For the
Dallas?
Cowboys, yeah.
Jason Garrett.
Oh yes.
He looked like he don't know how to coach.
Yep.
He don't know how to draw plays.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
yep.
just looks bad. Like
Yeah.
really bad.
Chiefs and Eagles. Chiefs should win this.
Yep, Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Dude,
That's not a bad pick at
Yeah.
home.
your man Hurts don't know what he doing. One of
No,
your
okay, listen.
Eagles.
Last night he was predictable because a lot of the defensive players they played for Alabama.
Oh, okay.
So
So
they
they
knew
know
his
his play.
tendencies.
Yeah, okay, got you.
That's
So that's like
yeah.
that's basically like practice.
Basically.
Yeah, when I'm
That's
practicing
why
against
they
you,
didn't get that
yeah.
interception. That's why they were
Got
able
you.
to rush
Got
him.
you. Good point. Good point.
Yeah. That's the only reason why.
Panthers, Cowboys. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Panthers,
Cowboys at home.
Panthers are 3-0, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys. Cowboys are hot right now.
Browns and Vikings. Vikings impressed me with a win against the Seahawks. I don't know what's wrong with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do. It's their
Is
defense.
Landry coming back?
Landry.
Because he didn't play last game. The wide receiver from the Browns.
Oh, you're talking about OBJ.
No, he played the other wide receiver.
Oh, Landry got hurt? Oh, I don't know.
No, I think he was out on COVID protocol.
Okay, so he probably should be back.
Okay, because that could determine for me.
Right.
I'll take the Vikings at home.
I'm gonna take the
I'm gonna
Vikings.
take the Browns just because they demolish.
You know your man is overrated, right? I want you to know OBJ is very overrated. You do know that, right?
No, bro. He's not.
We'll see.
He's
a talent.
very overrated.
No, he is not.
He's very overrated.
He's been triple teamed every 5 seconds. Why do you think they triple team?
Yeah,
Overrated. Okay. Anyway,
Exactly.
Lions
They
and
don't want him to
Bears.
go-
Lions and Bears. Oh my.
Lions and Bears.
Give me the Bears at home.
I don't say. I
No,
don't.
No. I'm sorry. The Justin Fields thing.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions.
I'm gonna
And
take the
close
Lions.
ones.
I'm gonna take the Lions. Lions know they
Yeah,
should
you
have
know
won
why?
last
It's
week.
the coach. I think the coach is messing up.
Yeah.
He
Chemistry.
don't know what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions.
And Lions know they were 66 yards away from winning that game last week. So.
And the Lions have been playing good. They've just been playing a really good team.
Yeah.
Right. Texans, Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Where does Deshaun Watson
Yeah,
go?
I'll take the Bills. He's just not playing.
He's not playing, bro.
Like, get rid of him by now. Colts, Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Colts. How the Colts looking? Like I don't even know how they.
Their
What
record
is-
is, I think, 2-2. I gotta double check. This record is not right on the computer right now. But I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I like the way Jacoby played last week.
Okay.
Had a game-winning drive. Well, almost.
I'll take the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Washington, Falcons. I'm gonna take. I don't know what to take this.
That's a pick 'em.
Washington.
Give me Washington.
Alright, I'm gonna take the Falcons. Seahawks, 49ers. Seahawks have to win this game. They're 2.
Yeah, they
I believe they're
do.
2
They're
and
1
1.
and 2.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
they
they're 1 and 2.
Because they're a little shaky and they don't really know.
I got the 49ers.
I'm gonna take the 49ers just
Yeah.
because.
I
this
think they're
weekend's
more
game-
put together
Yeah.
Right.
than Seattle is
Seattle,
right now.
yeah.
100%.
I'm gonna take the 49ers as well. Cardinals and Rams.
Cardinals,
I
Rams.
see both teams are 3-0.
Ooh, this is the game of the week.
Give me the Rams.
Give me the Cardinals. I don't even know.
I'm gonna
I
take
don't
the
even
Cardinals.
know.
I like Hopkins. I like
Honestly,
Kyler.
like, I'm gonna call a draw here. I can't pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the
I can't
Cardinals. Steelers, Packers should win that.
Steelers, Packers will win that. Steelers
Packers.
Steelers look disgusting.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravens, Broncos. I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos.
I'm gonna take the Broncos. They've been playing really good.
They've
Their
been playing
defense is
really
really
well.
solid.
I feel like they have an identity.
Yeah.
Sunday night game, Bucks, Patriots in New England. I'm gonna take.
I'm gonna take the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna have to take the Patriots just because I'm not. I don't really like the Buccaneers.
And then Monday night game.
Monday night game, Raiders, Chargers. That's gonna be a doozy.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Yikes.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Okay. All right.
Just because
And
I
that's-
feel like they've been proven. Like if the game is close, the Raiders should win this. If it's like
A 10 game, a 10
yeah,
points
if it's
ring.
like by
Yeah.
10 points more,
Yeah.
Chargers.
Okay.
Alright, so there we go with the football picks of week 4.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Not a lot of NBA action, but NBA teams are now getting together,
Yeah.
taking photos. Kyrie doesn't show up because he's not vaccinated,
Right.
and there's some weird laws in New York and in Oakland
Where you
you have to be if you
If
play
you're
for
gonna play
that
home
city,
team, yeah.
you have to be vaccinated. So he runs the risk of only playing home road games.
Right.
And so him, Andrew Wiggens,
Dwight
Howard, Bradley Beal
Yeah.
are just a few of the more notable players who haven't been vaxxed.
Right.
And that's, I don't want to get into a vax, anti-vax.
Yeah, I don't.
But the rules are what they are.
Right.
And, if you're going to play in the NBA.
Even though I do think you should go accordingly based off of people's religion and their beliefs.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But
So they're denying Wiggens based on his religious beliefs. And LeBron took the shot today.
LeBron did. He came out and said
he
that.
came out, all his family took the shot and friends. So it's going to create division. Kyrie is always difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he always has a mind of his own.
yeah,
Right.
so we'll see how that plays out.
But I love his game, and we
Oh
need
yeah, we love his game.
love
Brooklyn is gonna low key need him to win that championship.
Yes, Michael.
100%.
Michael.
And there was a rumor that Ben Simmons for Kyrie was gonna happen.
Yeah, but
Kevin
KD
Durant
turned that
shut
down.
it down.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't blame KD. Michael Porter Jr. has signed an extension with the Nuggets for up to $207 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I've been right the whole time, people. I've been saying this is last year.
He doesn't deserve it.
I'm not
This
sure
is
he
the guy.
deserves $200
He doesn't
million,
deserve $200 million.
but he got it. So that's
He
all that
got it.
matters.
No.
Now maybe he'll
Now
relax
this means-
because he has to be the clear number 3
Yeah,
on this team.
that's all I'm about to say.
What about
They have-
Aaron though?
Huh?
What about Aaron Gordon?
He had number 4.
Well, he's the number 4.
That-
he got
the-
an extension, too.
Their big
Yeah,
three
yeah.
is Jokic, Murray, Porter.
Absolutely.
I would switch it, but that's just me.
I don't know who you taking out.
I'm switching Aaron Gordon as the number. I'm putting Aaron at 3 and then Porter at 4.
Well, obviously he ain't getting it done. Concerns about Williamson's health.
Yeah,
Zion.
they're saying he didn't come into media day in good shape.
He never does.
No,
And something with his weight
he got
is
foot
going to be an
surgery,
issue.
The other day.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because they're saying he's looking overweight and it's taking a lot of pressure on his ankle and foot.
Well, we'll take him and we'll work with him in New York.
Yeah, New York.
So
1,000%.
So you think he's purposely coming in
I'm not
overweight?
saying that.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying, as
So
a
you would
result,
still take him even though
Yes,
he's overweight?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
1,000%.
No concerns at all.
No, you
No.
get him with the right staff.
Right trainer.
He don't want to be out there. He eating gumbo all day, probably.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
You know. And,
I think this will be his last year in New Orleans.
and I agree.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Freddie, baseball.
Yes. It's coming in hot.
It's coming in hot.
It's coming in hot. The Yankees sweep Boston.
Ooh,
Surprisingly.
Ooh.
Giancarlo is
He's done found his
resurgence.
stroke.
So just to be clear, we're fighting
Severino's
for
back.
yes, Severino's back. Well,
Yes.
Just to be clear, we're fighting for home court advantage
Of the wild card.
The
of the
wild
wild
card.
card. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what we're fighting for, which could be the difference because we're going to put Jared Cole out there.
Either way, Cole's gonna pitch that first game.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to pitch that game, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to win that game.
Right.
And we're going to move on.
Okay,
I've
gotcha.
been impressed with the Yankees as of late. At one point, I wasn't too sure.
I wasn't sure either.
I'm hearing the
Severino is going to be a big middle reliever now.
Yeah.
right.
You can bring him in 3rd and 4th and 5th
Yeah,
innings.
yeah.
I heard Seattle is like 1.5 games back from
Yeah.
the race.
Because Seattle, honestly, I have no idea what Seattle's up to, but like Seattle's there. Toronto is
Toronto
there.
was there.
Right.
Tampa Bay has clinched.
Tampa Bay is clinched.
So that our last 2 games are gonna be automatic dubs.
Yeah,
because
for
they're
the
not
most
trying to
part
fight.
because they've already clinched
Right.
Tampa Bay.
yeah,
so
but
they're
then
not gonna,
that doesn't mean they're going to get the foot off the gas.
no, it
They
doesn't
should.
mean that. It just means they're going to be positioned their
Yeah,
starting
exactly.
lineup for the playoffs.
Right.
Exactly. Like they might not play a few people.
One or two guys,
You know what I mean?
and we have to take full advantage of it.
Exactly. Like we need to win. Like we cannot lose. Like I don't because if we win and we do our part, all we gotta do is wait for the other teams to lose or tie
Yeah.
or like
Right.
win. But if we lose, it's like
It's
we
uphill
can't make it
battle.
back up.
Yes.
So this is our time right now. We've caught lightning in a battle. We are on fire right now.
Yes.
We're playing right now actually. We're playing right now
Yep.
against Toronto.
Game is on.
We should take this W and move on. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I have not watched the Yankees ever since that losing streak because it just gets me mad.
Right. Yeah.
So to save my sanity and my stress levels, I decide to watch when the time is right.
Yes.
And whenever we make it to the wild card, if we do, that's when I will watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's my story.
And so let's look forward to that. What about some of the other races? Are they heating up?
How the Dodgers looking? I know Giants clinched. St. Louis.
The game just started. You're not going to see no scores.
Yeah, but we got somebody on second and third.
Oh, okay.
So
St. Louis is up there in the wild card.
they making the
national.
push.
Have they won 15 straight?
Yeah, 16 I think.
16 straight. That's big. You face them teams that get hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and St. Louis is always dangerous.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
100%. So it's looking like Houston. I think Houston's about to clinch. Giants White Sox.
and the Dodgers clinched, and they in the same division, got almost practically the same record.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
October 7th is when it all starts.
Yes.
That's not this.
That's next week.
that's
Sunday.
next week. Yep.
Or next Saturday.
That's next Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, next Thursday, this thing pops off.
Yeah.
So this is a very important week for the Yankees.
Yeah.
1,000%.
All right.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Fredy, you got some soccer news?
Yes. So when we were off in the summer, two very big moves happened. Messi went to Paris with Neymar.
Okay.
He terminated his contract with Barcelona, even though the rumors, as I reported here, said that he was going to stay, and he was about to stay, but then they didn't want to sign the contract. He had a whole press conference, cried like a baby. His whole family was there. Fans kept posting. Old teammates kept posting about him. The whole stadium was packed. They basically gave him his farewells.
He scored his first goal
And
with
he's
his
back.
team.
So today, they play in the Champions League against Manchester City, and he scored his first goal with his new team.
All right.
Which is, I'm happy for Messi, but
He's
it
on his
doesn't
way.
feel the same.
So is this a new division? Like, is this a new league for
Yeah, it's a
him?
new league. He's only been in the Spanish league.
Right.
He's never been in any other team ever
Right.
since he was 16.
Well,
So this is
change
his
is
first.
good.
Change is good. He's gonna get a different trophy when they win the division because come on, like, they're gonna win that division. But the Champions League is where it's at because they have Neymar, they have Mbappe, the dude from France, and they have Messi, the top three strikers in the game right now.
Yeah.
And then in other news, Cristiano Ronaldo has rejoined Manchester United.
All right.
Which
Going home.
This team basically is it's what made Cristiano.
Right.
After he left Portugal, this is where he came to,
Right.
and his stardom just went up from there before
So
he joined.
he's back to his roots.
Yeah, he's back to his roots. He's already scored like 3, 4, 5 goals already.
Nice.
He's been killing it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like there was a lot of moves in summer that were just shocking because we've never had a window where two big stars
Right.
join new teams. Like that never happens.
Right.
And the fact that it's Messi and Ronaldo, it's just weird. So they're back in
The
their
two biggest
new
stars
teams.
in that entire league. Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully soccer season is great this year. I'm excited because it's just starting to pop off again. People are with brand new teams, and they're popping up from there.
Sounds dope.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So, guys, in sad news, but warranted news, R. Kelly's been found guilty of all charges.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
And whenever you treat anybody the way he did, allegedly, you know, based on the charges, we're not surprised.
Right.
No.
So he will probably spend the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in lighter news, rapper Yo Gotti buys into DC United. Speaking about soccer, and that team is valued at $730 million. So, what do you guys think about that?
I'm shocked, honestly. First of all, I didn't know Yo Gotti got it like that.
Oh, Yo, As an independent artist, he does very well for himself.
Yeah, and
Jay-Z and them all tried to buy him out,
Right.
and he refused. So
And I'm actually surprised that, well, not surprised, because I know how big soccer is, but I didn't know he was interested in that.
well, he's probably interested in the investment.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the team, but sports is sports.
No,
Right.
sports.
So you find an
And
opportunity.
there's a bubble in soccer in the U.S. because there's a lot of U.S. Players that play in Europe. They're popping now, especially women's soccer as well.
Right.
The guys soccer, like the dude last year, he was on. He won the Champions League. He was the first American to be a part of a team who won that.
Right.
So soccer's been bubbling up, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's a great investment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So like Bitcoin.
And he's probably the first rapper, you know, because that's a meme now.
Right.
I think Jay-Z is down with one. I know Kevin Durant is, and I think LeBron is. But I do think Jay-Z
Yeah,
is
LeBron
involved.
definitely
Right.
is, but LeBron is in the Liverpool in
Okay.
Europe.
Right.
KD is in Philly. Harden is in Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Harden's
That's good.
invested in the Houston soccer team. Russell Wilson is in Seattle.
Nice.
He's a part of that squad. Jay-Z, I have no idea where he at.
Got you.
But
So
I'm
guys-
excited for Yo Gotti.
Where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud at Disabled Podcast. It is disabled_is_abled on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Yes. Keep commenting questions.
Keep commenting questions.
We
keep
answered
supporting.
like 2 or 3 of them last week.
Keep subscribing. And I need that viewership to go up. Y'all already know. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. All right?
Ladies and
Peace
gentlemen,
out.
please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands